KGTV, KGTV, ƙauren gwando talabijin. Sabon gidan talabijin nan mai farin jini, wato ƙauren gwando TV.
Senator representing the good people of Italy is here, Senator Alejandro. The man that qualifies as GSM, former Governor, Senator, Honorable Minister of Budget and Economic Planning is here. Senator Atiku Abubakar, Your Excellency, you are welcome.
Engagement in respect of the 1,000-kilometer highway. We pray you bless our gathering. We pray we see to a time when within the shortest possible time the road will be constructed and completed and put to use for the betterment of our people. So, wassalamu ala al-mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Your Excellency, I'm not a history student, so I'm going to rely on the protocol that has been properly established. But let me, Your Excellency, thank you very much, the great Governor of Kebbi State. Comrades Idris and your deputy, thank you very much. In fact, when we were making logistics arrangement to come, they called me and said, look, they said there is no treated vehicle. I immediately called my brother and my in-law, Senator Bagudu. I said, the secretary said there is no treated vehicle. But before I called him, I had called the governor twice, but he was indisposed. So he said to me, we don't use treated vehicle in Kebbi State. So if somebody else had told me that, I wouldn't have believed. So shortly he told me that the governor called. I said, Governor, I'm just calling to touch base with you. But initially it's to call to complain. Your Excellency, they say there is no treated vehicle. And I've seen the reason why there is no treated vehicle, for government of Kebbi State. I want to thank you very, very highly for the synergy between you and my brother, my in-law, the immediate past governor of Kebbi State, and other governors and your deputy and government officials. and of course my very good brother and supporter. You don't know I have my supporters in fact. Dr. Yusuf, thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you for a lot of improvements you have done in the state. When I was commending Dr. Senator Bagudi, he said, no, it's your friend. You know he likes, beautification of things like you. Thank you. Your state is very beautiful. Very beautiful. And you're highly focused. And Kebbi State is an example of the United States. Thank you very much. Thank you. I told one of my aides, I said the amount of hospitality, the amount of assorted fruits, as I have not seen it anywhere, I have to go back to my state. Thank you, sir. We're very, very grateful. And it is good to move around. It's not just to stay and you think that every part of this country is, insecure. I thank you, the leaders, for what you have done in the states. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I want to commend, your predecessor for the honor he does to you. Even when I ask for projects, say, let me talk to my governor. Respect is both ways. And also learn that, in dealing with my own governor, my son. And that's the only way you can also cultivate respect and honor, from your, successor. Thank you for the peace here. Thank you for the support you are giving to Mr. President. We had private section and you spoke very, very highly of him. In fact, I will use one word you said. He said, anybody plotting against the second, tenure of President Tinubu is on his own. See, I have told them it's on his own. Because we must have a country first before we are governors and presidents, and then for national cohesion and unity. You chop, I chop. Not the chop of chop. I mean, in terms of relationship between the North and the South. So I want to thank you, sir. I want to thank, your predecessor for the support, of the government, together with, your son also, Dr. Yusuf. Thank you very much. I want to say that the president directed that I should come, with your ministers and the National Assembly. And I want to say that the National Assembly we have, especially the 10th National Assembly, is quite a very, constructive National Assembly. It's not a National Assembly that is either, rubber stamp or very destructive. No. This is constructive National Assembly, and they will be going around, and I've been assisting very much. They've been putting the country first. They've been putting the president's programs and aspirations, first. And I think with the ministers, the National Assembly, and our dear governors, we can take back our country. We can take back our country. But we have to take back our country. We have to say, like Americans, America first. We have to begin to say Nigeria first. And so we're very, very happy. And I thank the two chairmen. I thank our leader, Senator Adero. And I thank my brother, one Moki, Senator Tambua, for, coming. I told him, and he says he must come. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And so, Mr. President directed that we should come here immediately to unveil this route. And that is the very ancient old route of the West African trade route. And it stems from Sokoto to Kebbi, to Niger, to Kwara, to Edo State, and ending in Lagos, Badagry. And so when we first introduced the Lagos-Port Harcourt-Calabar Coastal Highway, the president made it very clear that it's going to be phase 1, and that there are 2 spurs, one that is coming from Sokoto to Badagry, which is what we are unveiling today. And then the second one that crosses the Trans-Saharan African trade route, coming from Calabar to southeast to Benue to Kogi to Nasarawa and ends in Abuja. And then you see it is a U. And like I told the governor that the Northeast is going to be connected through one of the corridors. And so the whole thing is total. And when I had a session with the Minister of Budget and National Planning, very excitedly, and he said, look, I can take off from, Calabar, and then I will end up in Sokoto. And that is the desire of this administration, and it's going to be achieved. So today we have 258, kilometers, on the land of Kebbi, and 120 kilometers in the land of Sokoto. And that's what we are unveiling today. And I want to say that Kebbi has the lion's share. There is no any other state in the entire Three Legacy project that has this figure, not even up to 198 or even up to 150. So, and you can understand that it's God that made it. And then also positioned at the time of their soul in the national plan. And so we are very excited, about this. And so the sections we are unveiling today is 258. And each, of this, the spur of Sokoto to Badagry is going to be procured in sections, multiple sections. So section 1 is in Sokoto, section 2 is in Kebbi. I must remember the caliphate. And so 120 kilometers in Sokoto is, each carriageway is 3 lanes. And so you are talking about 6 lanes of the 120 kilometer segment of Sokoto Badagry Superhighway. And then the Kebbi own is 258, and each is also 6 lanes. Now, our initial plan is to do 120 kilometers as section 1, phase 1 in Kebbi. 120 kilometers, 6 lanes, and then take off the Sokoto with 2 carriageways of 120. So you have 240 kilometers by 2, which is 480 kilometers. But we have changed the notation because a living dog is better than a dead lion. And so what we intend to do is to put the Kebbi 250 kilometers as, phase 1. And then we'll construct it, from beginning to the end. And then we come over to this section 2. So what will be awarded and what the president will flag off in the month of August in the land of Kebbi shall be 250 kilometers. And so if we do 120 kilometers in Sokoto, so it will continue till from the boundary of Kebbi and Niger to the boundary of, to the end of Sokoto, where we have the boundary with, I think it's in the Niger Republic. Yes. And so that's what we intend to do at the Ilela. And so, needless to talk about the advantages of this corridor. From the corridor of Sokoto down to Badagry, you have over 53 dams. And the president is very much interested in these dams, to revive the dams. You have a lot of agricultural corridor. He talked about the irrigation of these dams. He talked about generation of electricity from this dam. He talked about, cultivation of, agricultural produce all through the year. And then you talk about the trade route that is joining us to other West African countries. And so the importance of this cannot be overemphasized. And people continue to say, why do this when other road projects are not completed. We have not abandoned any road projects, but Federal Executive Council have directed that we do prioritize the projects. And so we have selected a number of projects that are ongoing, some are close to completion, and which we are working on. And I'm happy the Minister of Budget is here. So he's going to put money in the supplementary budget so that we can get some of these projects completed. And so from the month of October, the President can commission projects on weekly basis throughout the year. And that is what we are working on. And we are in synergy with him and with the Minister of Finance, who is the coordinating minister. So this is what we're doing. So there are a lot of advantages in the development of these 3 legacy projects. I don't just see it as road construction. It is an investment. And each corridor we finish, we toll it. And there are a lot of benefits. Like if we are passing through the Lagos-Calabar, you have a lot of benefits, along the coast. Security is improved, water transportation is enhanced, and then we have the real tourism that we talk about. And factories and industries are developed, and of course housing estate. So I have a lot of, interest that we get from this corridor, and I call it return on investment. So Nigeria should begin to look at this development of these corridors as an investment into our economy. The Lagos corridor is section 1, when completed, we return the money in 6 years, and that is what we are doing. And same with, Sokoto corridor, a lot is happening here. In fact, the size of fish that I'm taking home, I have not seen it anywhere. So Senator Big is a challenge to the Niger Delta, because I'm seeing something bigger, than the fish in Niger Delta. So we are very happy to do this. And when we talk about the ongoing projects in Kebbi, and I'm happy that the Minister of Budget is here, I've taken him through the existing projects. We have 27 kilometers of routes in Alero town. I think it's a combination and multiple of that's only 8 kilometers is completed. And so we have improved on that since we came on board, but we will need more funding, so we've noted it. And the governor is going to hold a session with me and the budget planning when he comes to Abuja next week, so that we look at them critically and, in the words of the planner, prioritize the projects, because this is his word, in fact. So I'm going to apply it on him in Kebbi State. And of course, we have the Gada, Ziama, Zulu, which is 55 kilometers. We've done about 6 kilometers, but the good thing is that it's an MPC project, so I'm very sure to finish this. But the progress is not very good. So I've invited the contractor to come over for discussion. And let me make it very clear before Your Excellency. We have to do everything to encourage local contractors. And we have to do everything to stop our international contractors, some of them that are playing games with us. The moment you get the money, you ship it outside, and the project is abandoned. We will no longer, tolerate that. And instead of the contractors to use the money to work, they will be going from one stakeholder to the other. And so the policy of the federal government is that no matter the contractor, and some of them are living in past glory, some of them are multiplied into a number of other companies, and they still believe that we should still take them as what they were in the 70s and 80s. They became wiser than us, and they multiplied, and they got too many projects, and then they are not doing it. Every day they are reading newspapers. Every day they are talking of VOP, variation of price. But that wasn't government. And we have governors. They are nothing like variation of price in the states. And state projects are moving. But the projects of federal government, these contractors, some have up to 11 projects. Some have stayed on projects for 18 years, 40 years. And so we have decided that by the reason of affliction of time, any projects that the time has come will be terminated, and then we give it to another contractor. And so, some of these projects we may look at it that it may not just be funding that is the problem. Some of them may be the contractors. You know, we have the Cocoa Mahuta. Cocoa Mahuta. I got it well. Very well. So we are looking at that. We've done about 67 kilometers. And we've done about 6 kilometers. We have the Malando and its mainstream, that's tax credit. We are not happy with mainstream. Their projects in a number of states are not going, especially in the north, and they are complaining. So I've invited the contractor to come and see me. If they are not ready to work, we revoke it and then get a contractor to do it. We have, of course, we have another, Malando project that we awarded in 2023 supplementary. So we have 2 Malandos here, and we are going to emphasize the completion in our supplementary budget. That one is my project, it's my baby. And we award them. Then we have Chega to Kwana and Sanagi. Yeah, Sanagi and then Kebe. That is 92 kilometers. And we've done 10 kilometers. Not encouraging at all. And of course the Jega Town Road construction, which is 24 kilometers and 4 kilometers has been done. And then the famous Agungu to build Natsili, which is 55 kilometers. These projects are not too long. And so we are going to work with the ministers and the governor to see how we prioritize this and get some of them completed before the end of the year. That's what we do. And for Sokoto, we are doing quite a lot in Sokoto. I was in Sokoto about 2 months back, and we redesigned the route that is a road that runs a total of 375 kilometers dualized, so which is about 750 kilometers. It runs from, Sokoto, Zamfara, to down to Kaduna, passing Katsina too. And so what I looked at the terrain fairly stable, but I said that the north must begin to enjoy the concrete road. And the contractor are telling me, no, the road, the soil in the north is very good. I said, does it mean that the roads on asphalt in the north does not fail? So we want to build a road that will last between 50 to 100 years. So we redesigned the entire new carriageway on concrete. And I'm happy that CBC has started, and they have covered, over 5 kilometers from the Sokoto axis going to Zamfara. And so the entire new carriageway is going to be on concrete, exactly what is happening on Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. And in consideration of this corridor, we've said that only contractors that have a minimum of 4 big concrete paver, because we are doing it on concrete. The entire 3 legacy projects will be on concrete. And of course, it's going to help the economy, create jobs, and help us to develop more cement industries. This is very important. And so we must in this country begin to talk about productivity. When we pass this corridor, we'll begin to syndicate our agricultural engagements so that we can begin to talk about agriculture in terms of mechanized agriculture. And you can't talk about mechanized agriculture without having access road. And since we are passing this road through the agricultural, route, we are very confident that what Mr. President is doing in agriculture is going to yield a lot of fruit. We have a lot of security improvement on this. And I asked somebody, do you know why people don't want to go to prison? He said no. I say it's because their movement is restricted. When we don't have road to travel from one point to the other, it's as good as you are in prison, because your movement is restricted. So Mr. President has come to, unbundle whatever thing that is, tying us down. The economy will improve, the commerce will increase, the educational will increase, security will improve, agriculture will improve, transportation will increase, and our vehicles will last longer and longer. And so I request, as usual, the people of Kebbi State and Sokoto State to please support this project. Where there is a need for compensation, we will work with you on how we can have reasonable compensation. We need yards to set up, by the contractor as soon as the contractor emerges. But it's not going to be anyhow contractor. It has to be a contractor with proven track record on concrete road construction. That is what FED approved. So we want to thank you very, very highly. Along the line, we're going to entertain, a number of questions, and I will throw light on them. Of course, we have another route in Sokoto State. They need to mention the road that is going to Niger Republic. We have issue of funding, and I'm going to take it up and see how we also prioritize it. But we are very happy with the road project going on in Sokoto State. So I'm very glad to be here, and if the governor of Kwara State can allow me, I want to pass one more night here. Thank you very much.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Dr. Nasir Idris. I would have loved to stand on existing protocols, but there's no way I will not mention the distinguished indigenous of Kebbi State that I see here, starting from Senator Alero, who was the Senate Chairman of Works of the Night Assembly, the man we look up to, the man we've been asking a lot of questions about how to run this committee. There's no way I'm going to stand here and not mention the Minister for Budget and Economic Planning, Excellency Bagudu. My Minister, Senator David Umahi, glad to be here. I must mention the former governor of Sokoto State, our leader, Senator Tambua. I'm glad to be here on behalf of the National Assembly, so I can say, as I'm standing here, the Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin is here. We are here as the the legislative arm of government to support this project. Even though I can say that with the galaxy of stars from Kebbi State that I'm seeing here today, I don't think you even need anybody from Abuja to support you here. My good brother, Honorable Solunu, we were in the Night Assembly together. He was the chairman, Healthcare Services. I was one of the strong members of this committee. We worked very hard. So I can say a galaxy of stars in Kebbi State. Honorable Kaoje, Chairman, House Committee on Agric, very good man. I'm a member of this committee too. So, what we are here for is very little legislative support. Because without the legislative angle of things, without proper appropriation of funds, this project will not see the light of the day. But as you see me here, you can see the Chairman Senate Committee is also going to come and say a goodwill message. I want you all to rest assured that this project will see the light of the day. We will continue to support the Minister of Works. We all know he's very competent when it comes to engineering works. He's going to assure that there is quality. He's going to ensure that in the next couple of years, the Kebbi-Sokoto end of this project. If you look at the Lagos to Calabar Coastal Road, we started from Lagos. Now, this Badagry to Sokoto, it's unfair to start from Lagos, so we're doing the right thing by starting from Sokoto, Kebbi, and Go. So this shows equity, fairness, and distribution and justice. So I'm very happy. It's unfortunate that we can't spend more than one day because I can see the hospitality, I can see the good people. But unfortunately, we have to move on. We're going to Ilorin, if I'm right, Kwara State, to continue the work of the Lord. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, the leader of the present Senate, we still call him the leader, the Honorable Minister of Works, because he was the chairman of the campaign team that put the President of the Senate in power, the former governor of the Boyi State, the former whip of the Senate, and now the Minister of Works, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Acknowledge the presence of our Minister of Budget and Economic Planning. They say you are the headmaster. Because without you, all what we are doing here won't flow. The Chairman's House Committee on Works and the leadership of the Senate that are here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, before I start, I want to concord first with what my minister has just said. Time has gone when most of the contractors that are on our road will treat our projects as if they are just, like just say, nothing. Most of the managing directors don't stay in this country. They are outside in their country, and they decided to keep some people back here to manage their project. Honorable Minister, I want to say the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will be with you. Whatever decision you want to take on those contractors that have taken our money and are demobilizing from site, we will cite you and we will support you. On the project that we are here, we call it the Super Highway. Only the name alone should tell the people of Kebbi and Sokoto that we are really on a super highway. The last stanza of our national anthem sang here is enough to prove to you that the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President is actually saying no part of this country will be oppressed. We will make sure we use our resources to the betterment of all Nigerians. I want to also confirm to the public here in this engagement that the 700 kilometers of the Calabar, Port Harcourt, Lagos, let me take it that way because I'm from Niger Delta, that is a reality. 3 kilometers has been actualized. So, for us to be here, we need something that is real. I want you to go in August, as well as the president flag of this project, we are going to see something on ground. Honorable Minister, let me thank you for this stakeholders engagement. And I want to say, whatever steps you are taking, the Senate will be by you. And I want to tell you that we are not just here. We will soon start an oversight of all the major roads and projects under Ministry of Works across the country. On that note, I want to say thank you for your hospitality, Mr. Governor, and to tell you that we are with you. God will bless you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Comrade Nasir Idris Arambandu, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Works, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Umar Abubakar Abungu, Your Excellency, the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Zinunu, my chairman, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Works, Senator Mpigi Bariga, Your Excellency, the former governor of Sokoto State, who happened to be the friend of the minister, not the committee chairman. My leaders in the Senate, the minority whip, and also the deputy chief whip of the Senate, former governors that are here with us, Your Royal Highnesses, the emirs of Gondu, Yaoundé and Zulu, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, and members of the State House of Assembly, members of the State Executive Council, the sole administrators, let me, for time constraint, adopt the already existing protocol. My good people of Kebbi State, I'm here to give my support to this very important project. You know me very well that I believe in infrastructure development. Whichever government provides infrastructure, we should embrace that government and we should support it. It is for that reason that I decided to come personally and grace this occasion. And I'm delighted that I'm here to hear what the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing has said. Of all the states that will benefit from this project, Kebbi State is the highest beneficiary. Over 258 kilometers of 6 lanes will traverse Kebbi State. What it means is that the entire state will be open for transportation. There will be improvement in security. There will be improvement in the transportation of goods and services. There will be a lot of employment opportunities that will be generated arising from this very important project. Good roads is synonymous with security. Where you have bad roads, you tend to have insecurity problem. I'm happy the Honourable Minister has mentioned the issue of Koko Mahucha Dame. This has been a thorn in the flesh of the people of Kebbi State. I could remember in this very hall, as far back as 2018, I mentioned to the good people of Kebbi State that as chairman Senate Committee on Work, I will make sure that that road is included in the budget. And it was included, and it was awarded. Unfortunately, the funding has been the problem. Only 5 kilometers has been done. And equally important is the corner selecting Kebbi and Gumi Road. This is a road that links 3 states, Kebbi, Sokoto, and Zamfara. And it cuts across the agricultural belt of the 3 states. So, Honourable Minister, I want you to take special note of this. This road is very important. Now, coming back to the superhighway, this is a road that has been on the drawing board for over 48 years. And about 8 governments, 8 successive governments have passed, and none of them has thought of actualizing the dream of doing this road. Now, His Excellency, my good friend, my classmate, the governor of 1999, 2007, distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has now decided to construct this road. We must commend him I must commend the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu for initiating this very important project. Northern Nigeria has suffered a lot due to infrastructure deficit. And this particular project will definitely cover the infrastructure deficit, particularly in the northwest, north central, and also southwest zone. Because it's going to traverse 3 zones. And Honorable Minister, apart from Kebbi State, neighboring countries like Niger and Benin are going to benefit from this project. I have looked at the map and I have seen where people from Benin, people from Togo, people from the Niger Republic will come and utilize this road. And right now, on a daily basis, over 200 truckloads of food items pass through that particular route, as bad as the road is. So this is a road that has a lot of economic importance. We therefore welcome the initiative. We commend the President and wish him well. And we hope that funding will not be a problem. As my chairman has said, we in the National Assembly will give all the legislative support required to ensure that this project becomes a reality. Honorable Minister, I'm happy you mentioned that the Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, who are about to be my younger brother, is here. That all the projects that are presently suffering from lack of funds will be addressed by you and him. So I'm happy the people of Kebbi State have had you. And I'm also re-echoing that Honorable Minister, if there is any problem, we will believe you. So, but I like that if there is any problem, we will believe you. Hopefully, you are up to the task. You already initiated a number of projects here in Kebbi, and we are very happy that these projects are going on. In particular, there is a project that starts from Biu to Nansini, Biu, Hengia, Kamba, up to the Niger Public Border. I understand that this particular project has suffered a setback arising from some misunderstanding. We hope that misunderstanding will be resolved and people of that area will benefit from that project. But it's also a very important project to the people of Kebbi State. Lastly, Honorable Minister, thank you very much for coming here to give us a belief on this project. The whole state is with you, even though the governor will make it loud and clear. But as his elder brother, I will tell you that the whole state is with you on this project. We look forward to the day when we will come and commission this project. Long live Nigeria, long live Kebbi State. Thank you very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyil kareem. My dear brother and friend, the Governor of Kebbi State, Comrade Dr. Nasir Idris, the Chairman of the Committee on Works of the Senate, Senator Barnaga Mpigi, and members of the Senate that are here, the Chair of the House of Representatives Committee on Works, Sakina Labi, and members of the House of Representatives that are here, the members of the Federal Executive Council that are here, my dear brother Atiku Abubakar Bagudu, Minister of National Planning, and the Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Sununu, the Deputy Governor of Kebbi State. I reserved my friend, my brother, the Honorable Minister of Works, for a special mention. Engineer Dave Omahi has been and remains a very, very patriotic leader in this country. When you visit Ebonyi State, if you have been there before in the last 9 years, you will see and witness the transformation of our state by this very important figure and under his leadership. So when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu decided to poach him from the Senate, we all supported it because we know that if and when he gets to the Ministry of Works, and by providence he is there today, he will do wonders for Nigeria. And that is what he's doing. And when my elder brother Ademole said, I'm here on the account of his invitation as my friend, that is correct. He invited me to be here and be part of this epoch-making and very historic event. Historic in the sense that this project has been on the drawing board for nearly 50 years. Yes, it was awarded initiated and conceived by President Olusegun Obasanjo as head of state, but awarded for the first time by President Shehu Shagari, and then it stopped there. And today, we are witnessing this stakeholder engagement with a view of coming together, bringing stakeholders together, to reason together and appreciate the significance and importance of this project. Yet, that is another achievement of Minister Umahi, because engagement of stakeholders before finalizing the design and eventual award of a project is key and important. And I must commend the Honourable Minister for this initiative, because it ensures that everybody is carried along, the community is carried along, and therefore you don't have issues when it comes to acquisition of land and when it comes to cooperation from the communities to support the project. That is very laudable, Honourable Minister, and I commend you as well for that. Yes, when we're on electionary campaigns as politicians, we criticize each other, we bring out our arms and engage each other. But when politics are over and government is formed, we must all focus on development and support the government of the day for the development of our country. It is not going to be a mean achievement for this administration to deliver a 1,006 lanes kilometer of road traversing Sokoto from Ilela up to Badegry. It's therefore very commendable, and that's why we're here to give it our support. And rest assured, as said by my colleagues from the National Assembly, we are very ready and available to support this project and all of the projects that are to bring about development in this country. Honourable Minister, my only plea and appeal is that as we have in the Lagos-Calabar component of the superhighway, let us also have in Sokoto-Badegry the rail line. Is there? God bless you. Thank you very much.
My Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, the Honorable Ministers here present, the distinguished senators, members of House of Representatives here present, emirs and the representative of emirs, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. As has been mentioned, today is a historic day in Kebbi and Sokoto, and Kwara, Niger, Oyo, Ogun, Lagos State. This project has been in the pipeline for the last 48 years. It is only going to be actualized during an APC government. By President Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. I think this is very important to be mentioned. You have to have courage, you have to have foresight to do this. There are so many nodules of economic activities on this highway. you have Semeboda, you have Idiroko, you have Kayama, you have Lolo, you have Kamba, you have Ilela. By connecting them, you are helping all the businessmen from Lagos up to Kano. That is not a mean achievement. Secondly, you will be moving goods and people along the corridor. That is not a mean achievement. Add that to security. There is a forest there which is worse than Sambisa. From Ilo up to New Busa. If you have bandits in that place, there is no way you can remove them. By this road dissecting that forest, it has saved the security of our area. Ladies and gentlemen, Kebbi State is envisaging to build a dry port in Lodo. This corridor, this road will help that project. Inshallah, when we actualize that project, we don't need revenue from anybody. We will pay our salary to whatever we want in Kebbi State. So, this is my happiest day for a long time in Kebbi State. I won't bother you because already Zuhur is here. Thank you very much. Minister, we wish you well, and I'm sure with you this project will be finished in time. Thank you.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Dr. Anasu just Jibon Kenya. The Deputy Governor of Kebbi State, the Honorable Minister of Works and former Governor, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, the Honorable Minister of State Education, former governors of Kenya and Sokoto, Senators Alero and Chamboa, distinguished members of the upper and lower houses of the Federal Legislature, senior civil servants present here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum. On behalf of the emails of Goendu, Yauri, and Zoo, I want to join all past speakers to commend the Honorable Minister of Works and in general the federal government for initiating this program, providing a platform where citizens at all levels can come here and engage with the policymakers on this very, very important project. We commend you. We thank you for the opportunity to speak here. I have messages from colleagues, but before I announce one or two of them, I want to say how very pleased we are and that we are 100% in support of this program, this project, and that we will mobilize for it, and that we will ensure that all that is needed from our community is provided as easily and as quickly as needed, so the project moves forward as and when due. We also want, on behalf of all our community, to say how sincerely appreciative we are of the effort of Mr. President in bringing this project to life after being dormant for nearly 50 years. And as somebody mentioned here, this is a no mean achievement. It is something that is going to touch a lot of lives. It is something that is going to change a lot of communities for the better. It is going to impact on our security, on our productivity in agriculture, and the mining sector, and our relationships across the states and with our neighbors in the neighboring countries. There is a little bit of concern, Honorable Minister, and this is a message. When you have a super highway taken from Sokoto to Badagry, what happens to the 8 trunk roads we have from Sokoto, for instance, to Lagos that are currently in existence, and some of them are in bad shape and a bit of repairs. Will they still have the attention they deserve from the federal government to ensure that they continuously support the communities and towns and villages that they traverse to as we speak on this important project? You also mentioned about electricity construction of, somebody mentioned about 70-something dams on that one, which is important for our power generation. But again, there is concern always when you talk about dams. Dams are good, dams can be very bad also. They help when you use them to provide power. But when they are not used to provide power, they hardly yield positive economic results. Don't forget to negative impacts of impounding a huge body of water where it makes sense. We must be mindful that most of the areas that are good for construction of dams are the low-lying areas. And the low-lying areas is where the flood goes to the regions, and we are impounding water. We are providing good chances for more damage to flooding, more destruction of agricultural productivity, and actually impact on positive development. So we need to think clearly, do our due diligence when it comes to environmental impact before we engage in constructions of new dams. We have many that have been constructed that have not been put into use as we speak. We need to look at this sector very critically and really examine what the benefits are. If they become positive, no doubt we will support it. If it is negative, we need to really think twice and think about alternatives that we can use to save water and use it for human development. We thank you for giving us a chance to speak. We thank you for giving us this opportunity to see where this was going to pass through. We thank you for taking us along. Our prayer is that we will live long enough to see to the actualization and completion of this project. This convey our sincere appreciation to Mr. President, convey our sincere support for this project. Thank all of you that have contributed to us its formulation and its execution. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Dr. Nasiru Idris Karangwandu, the Deputy Governor, the Chairman Senate Committee on Works and members, in particular my senior brother, Senator Mohamed Adam Aleru, and the Chairman, the distinguished Senator Amin Waziri Tambol, my dear brother and friend of the Minister of Works, and I will come back to that. The Chairman and members of the House Committee on Works, and indeed other honorable members of the House of Reps that are here. The Speaker of the Kebbi State House of Assembly and members of the Kebbi State House of Assembly, former Governor Said Usman Hassan Daikindari, Minister of State Education, my colleague, Dr. Tanko Sunu, the Secretary to the State Government, Head of Service, Honorable Commissioners, Royal Highnesses, Security, Honorable Commissioners, Sole Administrators, distinguished participants, you will have noticed I deliberately left out the Minister of Works, my dear brother, friend, and in-law, because our wives are very, very close. And I've been to Ebonyi a number of times. And just about 2 months ago in Lagos, at the flag of of the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, Mr. President expressed publicly how very proud he is of him. And indeed, we are all very, very proud of you. And we are glad that by God's providence, this event is taking place in Kenya. Equally, we will have gone to Sokoto if it was. Equally, our governor will have gone to Kwara or Niger or Oyo or Ogun or Lagos, because this is an important milestone in our national life. I forgot the organizing secretary of our party, Alhaji Suleiman Mohammed Argungu, and the chairman and party members. And yesterday at a function, we congratulated our governor that among many successes in life he has been blessed that during his time Kebbi State have 2 ministers. And equally, today we are plugging off a transformational project, not only for Kebbi, but for Nigeria. And I must congratulate him. This will further support the commendable work he's doing across the state, and his colleagues also states that will benefit from all this. So congratulations, Your Excellency. And thank you for what you have been doing in Kebbi State. The Sokoto Badagry Superhighway have been spoken of enough, and I will not belabor the point because of want of time. But what does it represent? It represents maybe more than at any time. Sorry, once again, breach of protocol, I think. Our father, Senator Mohammed Magoro, thank you very much for blessing this occasion, and if there is any omission, please forgive us. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a leader with a profound intellect, and he has decided and led us that despite challenges in the global economy, despite challenges in the domestic economy, let us confront our reality. Let us address those issues, those choices that we should have made yesterday, without playing a blame game, but because we have to position Nigeria for the future. When Senator Adam Aliyu spoke, he said they are the class of 99, the first set of governors elected in the Third Republic. When they were elected, Nigeria's population was about 119 million, and oil production was about 2.2 billion. When Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency, was sworn in as President of Nigeria, Nigeria's population was almost twice what it was in 1999, over 220 million, with oil production less than 1.5 million. So that just illustrates the decay in terms of, rather than progressing commensurate with our population growth, the variables have not been good. Of course, there have been successes elsewhere. So, among the key items is to prioritize infrastructure. And that is why the renewed Hope Infrastructure Fund was created to identify transformational infrastructure projects, especially in the road and rail sector, in irrigation and dams, in energy transition, so that we will have cheaper energy sources that will help us continue to deliver development. And of course, as we all acknowledge, it couldn't come under a better leadership in the Ministry of Works than our brother, Senator, whom his friend told us has been loaned to the Federal Executive. Your Excellency, time will not permit me. I will have talked about 8 other loans, but again, I will keep it for another day. But we are very proud of him. And please be assured, and Excellency, when I say we are confronting our reality, is that as you very well know, and your cabinet is here, the budget of a state or a federal government, particularly for a nation like ours, cannot fund our reality, cannot fund the expectations. We need quantums of money much, much higher than what is available to the Federation and to the states. And that is what Mr. President directed us to do, to find that money that can fund our dreams. So, the Simple Senator Adam Aleru, with the support of the National Assembly, what we have been directed by Mr. President is to explore innovative financing, is to go on the world stage and convince the world that Nigeria is one of the most profitable, one of the most strongest absorptive capacity, countries with absorptive capacity. And so that's where we are going to generate monies that we will be funding by God's grace all these projects and more, because this is just a tip of the iceberg about what our country requires and what our country can absorb. And alhamdulillah, the world is taking us seriously. Rating agencies, Standard & Poor, Fitch, global institutions, world leaders have been acknowledging the boldness of our economic reforms and their desire to support us. What we want is further appreciation by all, because some of these ideas are new and they require support. When you are trying to grow beyond what your budget, what your revenue can support, whether as a governor or as a president, you need the understanding of those who you are leading. And I'm sure it has been done before, especially Mr. President has done it before in Lagos. Today, people who visited Eco Atlantic will be amazed how it came about. But that's about foresight. It was not built with budgetary funding. Today, one of the most amazing capital projects in Africa is the Dangote fertilizer and Dangote refineries. How was Lagos State able to see into the future and give an entrepreneur from another part of the country land that is 7 times the size of Victoria Island? Represents profound mindset, and that's the profound mindset that is leading Nigeria today. And we are confident that with that mindset, supported by beacons of light in cabinets, in state government houses, and the National Assembly, we will pull through we will fund all these priorities and other priorities by God's grace. I commend our government, I commend our brother, dear Mweze Umai, Engineer Excellency, former Chief Whip, who is on loan to the cabinet. Thank you very much, Civil Secretary, for coming. I'm very honored again as a son of Kebbi State to join my or to rather on behalf of my governor before he speaks. Once more, thank you for coming to Kebbi with your very able team and spending the night. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, the former governors of Kebbi State, Senator Bagudu, Senator Alero, Alexa Iloshimanda Samudai Kengari, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister of Works, Engineer, Senator Dave Umahi, Honorable Minister of State Education, Honorable Danko Sununu, Chairman Senate Committee on Works, and other senators that are directly under the leadership of the Senate Chairman Committee on Works, the Chairman House Committee on Works, and other members that are under the leadership. Our royal fathers, the Emir of Gondu, General Elias Obashir, Emir of Argungu, Alaji Samaila Muhammad Mera Sidoyan, Emir of Yauri, Dr. Muhammad Zayan Abdullah, COL, Emir of Zulu, General Muhammad Osani Sanusi Ngomo II, COL. Our chairman, the chairman of All Progressive Congress, Kebbi State, and his working committee. His Excellency, the former Deputy Governor of Kebbi State and the National Organizing Secretary, German Kebbi. Well, let me stand on all existing protocol because there are big wings that are too numerous to mention. Sorry, did I mention the speaker? Right Honorable Speaker, Kebbi State House of Assembly and members of Kebbi State House of Assembly, members of State Executive Council, advisors, senior assistant, sole administrators of local government, our party faithful, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon all. You people have to pardon me because I'm the happiest person today. I'm very impressed with the caliber of people I saw here. And our leader, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have brought happiness to the people of Kebbi State through the Honorable Minister of Works, Engineer Dave. Engineer, you can see our people. When you look at their faces, you can see joy all over their faces. This APC administration, we are part of it, we believe in it, we believe in the leadership of our president. And Mr. President has decided to dust a fire that is lying down fallow for over 48 years. It is a clear sign and testimony that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu believes in the yearning and aspiration of Nigerian people. Honorable Minister and engineer, some of us who knows you, who visited your state when you are executive governor. I think that time I was the national treasurer of AUT, not the president by that time. You have rallied around with us in Abakaliki. We have seen a true transformation that you did. And you also tell us that I'll not forget, because I'm a professional teacher, I don't easily forget, that project is also being extended in other key towns in the Ebonyi State. So when President Tinubu called you for national assignment, I know one of my friends said that, this man that have come to Senate soon, and President called him. I tell you that Mr. President knows the importance of Engineer Debu Mahi. That is why he called him to national assignment. You have done it before, and we are the witness, and I believe you will do it again. We have seen the MAF, and I think the essence of calling this is just like a public hearing. Let me call it how my good friend Tambua, my classmate, the public hearing in the National Assembly. So we need to also give our input so that maybe before the conclusion, the Honorable Minister will look at our input and see how best you will do justice to people of Kebbi State. We have 253 or 58 kilometers in Kebbi State. We are taking the lion's share. So I believe we'll have a certain input that we need to give as far as this project is concerned. Because I believe the essence of doing it is to carry people along and ensure that that project is having direct bearing to our people. Honorable Minister, I think when we open the public hearing proper, we'll look at the routes, the design, and I believe we will have one or two things that will add for the benefit of our people. Because the drawing, the project is a very old project, and I feel that now there is a lot of development, and like I said, the essence of maybe building road is not just to build a road for building's sake. That road should also pass through town and villages so that we open road for our people. Like you know, you are a good friend to my brother Bagudu. Bagudu was going to a Boeing to ensure that you also key into rice farming. And Ebonyi is one of the states that can beat their chest as far as the rice farming is concerned. So this state, our state, is an agrarian state. And we need cluster connecting roads that can easily help our farmers, because in that road we are going to have a dry force which will also boost the business of our people, not only in Kebbi State, not only in the northwest, up to the north central and the northeast. So therefore, I want to plead that the Honorable Minister will have time to listen to our people so that at least something will be done as far as this project is concerned. Once more, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for finding time to be here. This is your second home. And I also want to appeal to the Honorable Minister of Works. Why I say appeal is Kebbi State, we don't have so much federal government present as far as road construction is concerned. And even where there is, the issue of funding is becoming a stumbling block. And like Senator Aleru talked on the issue of road that is so dear to us, and that is the most priority for our people. This Dawe Kuku Mahuta Dawe road. We understand there is problem of funding. I have met with the Mr. President, myself and Senator Bagudu. We have discussed with the Mr. President on that road. And the President has promised us. So I want the Honorable Minister to put hand. One, if we get adequate funding, we have no problem with that. If the federal government will revoke that contract and allow the state government to construct that road, so that the federal government will reimburse us, I think it will be better for us. Because those people in that four local government are seriously suffering. There is another road, even though the contractor has gone back to the site. That is Malondo, is your baby project, Malondo Wara road. We need that contractor to be funded because that road is not good at all. This Turu Koko Mahuta Dawe is not motorable at all. And this road, Koko Mahuta, is housing 4 local governments. And I want to tell you that those local government has supported ABC government, even during our electioneering campaign. So morally, we should be able to push and ensure that either by revocation or by awarding revocation and allow the state government to do it, or federal government should come out and fund that road, so that those people living in that area will also feel a sense of belonging. Once more, I thank you for coming, you and your management team, the members of the Committee on Housing of Senate and the House of Rep. I want to thank you all, and God bless all of us. Please, photographers, go ahead. You have 2 more minutes. Please clear from the view. 1 more minute. 1 more minute, please. Thank you, Your Excellencies, the Honorable Minister of Works and the Governor. There we go. Thank you, Your Excellencies, the Honorable Minister and the Governor. Finally, before we go, please, the Honorable Minister and the Governor of Kebbi State. Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Thank you.
Yeah.